It's the beaches, cliff-top scenery, historical temples, luxurious villas and resorts that make Bali an excellent place to unwind, unplug and reboot. The fact that Bali has all of these things also makes it an ideal destination for your special day. Weddings on this rugged Indonesian island is a fairy tale dream come true. So if you are someone or know somebody whose wedding is around the corner, then Bali tops the list of an ideal romantic destination wedding.
We offer the nature culture. We offer beautiful experience and memories. Like I said earlier, it's not just sun, sea, and sand and beautiful scenery, but serenity, spirituality, and sustainability aspect of your wedding and sustainability part of your relationship. We always have this saying about Bali. You come in as visitors, you come in as tourists, you leave as family. And you're as part of the family, you have to renew your vow every 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and that's how we would think Bali has to offer to young couples from India.
And this is why the Destination Wedding Planner Congress or DWP Congress 2022, the world's largest platform for the destination wedding industry, invited its guests to Bali, Indonesia for a wholesome 3 days of networking and celebration. The theme of the 8th annual DWP Congress 2022 was To Infinity and Beyond, reviving, restarting and reigniting the love for weddings. And indeed, one could feel the air of celebration, excitement and happiness in the land of gods, Bali.
We are thrilled to be in Bali, the island of gods. It's not just Bali as a destination, but Indonesia itself has wonderful islands to present to the global wedding industry. There couldn't be a better place for us to host DWP than Bali this year.
There is a growing number of couples seeking once-in-a-lifetime experiences for their wedding celebration, looking for the perfect destination to make their dreams come true. It must be the most beautiful destination in the world, the best hotel, unique venues, unforgettable food. Client wish lists can be extensive and hard to keep up with. DWP Congress gets an array of experts and wedding professionals who help their clients' dream wedding come to life.
Well, we are trying to inculcate various concepts, but with more of cultural understanding, integration into the whole project, because we have delegation coming in from around the world from the destination wedding community. So we just wanted them to experience what Indonesian culture is all about and how they can integrate the culture into any of the weddings that is going to come their way into Indonesia, but at the same time discussing various other elements of cultural integration from various continents and also understanding of where the wedding business in general stands at this point.
The pandemic posed a major setback upon us all, but that did not dampen the spirit of weddings. DWP Congress and the participants returned with the same jolt of enthusiasm that was felt back in 2019 at Atlantis, Dubai. Everyone came together to celebrate with love, resilience, positivity and willingness because like DWP Congress believes, this industry thrives on emotions, love and trust.
We have wedding planners coming in from over 70 countries, and these are some of the best and the biggest planners. So they're always looking for innovative ideas, destinations, and concepts that they can use in a post-pandemic and in this era. So of course, we wanted to ensure that we are able to highlight various ideas and concepts that can be implemented in the weddings that is happening post-COVID. Of course, everyone had taken everything for granted, but pandemic has helped us realize, where we stand with regards to the way we do things. So yeah, I think that has brought a change, and the conference agenda has been able to highlight various important elements in the destination wedding business.
The Bali edition of DWP Congress kicked off with the Bali Wedding Association taking the attendees on an amazing race. Before the welcome cocktail party, everyone was divided into groups, given clues to solve and tasks to perform. This fun-filled start was the perfect way to make new friends and reconnect with old ones before the DWP family could head to the sundowner party. Bali, the paradise island, is famous for its candy skies and kaleidoscope sunsets. So what better way to welcome the wedding industry than by watching the sun sink into the sea? Bali Beach Glamping, located on the shores of the Indian Ocean and surrounded by rice fields, was the perfect setting for top-notch wedding specialists from around the world to gather for the annual meeting of the wedding industry. The beautiful beachfront property with unrestricted beach access offers total privacy, tranquility, and sweeping panoramic views.
I think Bali Glamping is very unique with these tents and this small size oceanfront resort that you can buy out. You can have weddings and parties here. You are not disturbed by other guests. There's curfew is only for big music equipment at 12 o'clock, but you can party until 4 a.m., 6 a.m., and that's desired because people don't want to go to bed at midnight when they have a wedding. So having DWP definitely helps because after the pandemic, there was a slow start to having weddings again, and now we can speed up the process by letting the whole world know that we're here and that we're ready to host weddings.
DWP Congress, like every year, made sure that the 500 attendees, including wedding planners and vendors, had a soul-enriching experience that was a mix of business and pleasure. This year, with Orange Productions Asia as their official entertainment partner, the DWP family was welcomed with a whole lot of entertainment at the beautiful Bali Beach Glamping.
Yes, we actually prepare something special for DWP, which is from the start where the guest entry, we have the Pons girls, we have the girls with a boho style outfit, and then so when they arrive, then we have something in the pool, which is the mermaids with their floating breakfast from the venue. And then at the dinner later on, after this, we have a closing spectacular show. And then we also have some activities like a tarot reader, face painting, and then sound healers. That is very amazing too. The style we have from very traditional and fusion to contemporary, modern, sexy, and futuristic. So everything, all we can provide based on client requests, like customize everything. So client will give us concept, then we will create it.
Amidst the stunning sunset, the attendees witnessed a fun-filled evening, giving a glimpse of what Bali has to offer as a destination.
The opening cocktail, as usual, every time the opening cocktails are always really lovely. You know, an opportunity to meet new people, see old friends, meet new people, see the experience, and just generally relax.
Fantastic. The moment we arrive here, it's just breathtaking. The view, the sunset, the whole setup, it's just good.
My pleasure is really enjoy today. This night, very beautiful. The food is good, the drink, and also the crowds everywhere coming. Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's a great start. So we can introduce ourselves to one another, and then we can follow the Congress tomorrow. Yeah.
After an evening full of cheer, laughter, and conversations welcoming the wedding connoisseurs, let's show you what Day 2 of the Congress at the BICC Westin Nusa Dua Bali had in store. DWP is a platform which gives an opportunity to the attendees not only to discuss trends and debate about what's going on in the industry, but also to listen to unique ideas and experiences of the DWP Power List speakers.
Welcome to Bali. To Destination Wedding Planners. Can I hear a big applause for everybody? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu. Namo Buddhaya. Greetings of peace and virtues to all of us.
Keynotes, panelists, and one-on-one discussions. DWP is the perfect place to exchange a vast gamut of ideas all under one roof.
So wedding planners and others who are involved in the wedding industry are built off of inspiration, creativity, imagination, and inspiration. And it can be very hard when you work in isolation to stay inspired and to keep every new wedding feeling like it's the only one you've ever produced or supported. So I think coming and learning from other people who are not just in the wedding industry, but people like myself, who is in the broader world of luxury, I think it's a great source of inspiration.
When I go out with friends, nobody's in the same industry as me. So every time I meet a whole bunch of people who's in the same industry, it's like, okay, I have a sense of belonging. So for me, it gels me with everyone.
I really love being here because the type of crowd that comes here, you interact with the people from all over the world. And it's very essential now since destination weddings are moving forward across the world, and after COVID, everybody wants to have their weddings quickly. A lot of people waited, and it's the opportunities to meet the new talent across the world over here and do something different, and that's why DWP stands out.
I think this is the place where I can meet all the best planner, the best decorator, and I met them last night. And I'm so proud to be the part of the DWP. And when meet my the decorator, the planner, wow, it's so exciting.
Event industry was the first to go down and the last to come up, and it was a struggle. I feel like the world's changed, and it's so nice to be back here with people that are in business with what we do, to talk about real issues, and DWP puts us on that platform to have conversations, to connect, to network, because who are we without our people?
Recognized as the world's biggest B2B platform for the destination wedding industry, it is the largest networking ground for planners and prospective vendors.
As a photographer, it gives us access to be able to speak to some of the best planners in the world, and gives us an incredible platform to be able to deliver photographs and video. For us, at least as a partner, it's been an incredible experience because people get to see what exactly we do and how we do it differently.
You meet so many different people. All may not be as useful to you in the context you come from, in the geographies you come. But I think there is a certain amount of connect you make in some niche places, and you take those relationships forward, whether it be in hotels, vendors, tourism organizations. So it's a kaleidoscope of stakeholders which you can really derive some kind of benefit from.
I refer to the DWP as the Wedding Olympics. It is phenomenal to see so many incredible planners and venues and tourism boards come together post-pandemic and reconnect and reignite the wedding industry.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm just happy to be traveling, happy to be post-COVID, happy to be able to see everybody and learn. Every time I come here, I learn so much and be able to take it back to my office.
It definitely creates confidence, but it's the connection. For me, it's the connections we make, the friends we make, and it's incredible some of the stories you hear about, wow, I met this person at DWP and then this huge thing happened. And it's really incredible. So post-pandemic, I think the confidence for our clients, so important.
It's really hard to interact during the pandemic via Zoom. Having that, offline, online connection, offline connection, it's really such a gem to bring over 700 to 800 people together. And that's where relationships are created, and that's where we can carry this torch on to 2023 and forward.
destination weddings have been in vogue since forever, and Bali checks all the boxes for your next wedding venue. Awarded Asia's most romantic destination and leading wedding destination 2021, Bali is truly a gem that has so much to offer to every type of couple. Whether you wish to have a tropical garden surrounding, the best cliff-top views, or get married by the shores on the sand, Bali has it all.
Because it's the island of gods. We are surrounded by culture, you're surrounded by love. It's good luck, you know. Bali is known as the island of gods. Bali was made by the gods. So for me, marriage is not about a piece of paper. It's looked upon you by the gods. It's given to you by the gods. So at the end of the day, what better place to have it than the island of gods?
It is heavenly. I am a big fan of this island.
Bali is a wonderful place. Everything is there in Bali. You don't have to worry about anything.
It's not only wedding as well, but it's like when people come here, they can also experience different things, like a spiritual experience. You know, people has something unique that they never see.
I think Bali is one place where you feel really welcome. It's a more chilled out place like Goa, where I come from, my native place. And I think Bali is very welcoming, like in all Southeast Asian countries. The hospitality is right on top of the food chain, so to speak.
Who doesn't want to get married to the love of their lives in an exotic location and have a dreamy wedding? That's why the decision of choosing a place for a destination wedding is undeniably the most important. And here are some options that you can pick from.
Well, I would definitely say, Bali. For me, this is my playground. This is another spiritual home. Destination-wise, in terms of location, is also closer for us. I would say Turkey is another up-and-coming market that we're very interested in. Europe, obviously, that's always been like the jewel of traveling further overseas.
Switzerland is accessible. So accessibility is a big thing for international guests especially. Secondly, it's the extraordinary venues that we offer. So you have all the landscape that actually acts as decor. You can actually really save a lot of your wedding decoration because of the views that Switzerland offer. The possibilities are endless in Switzerland.
So the Bahamas is definitely a location for destination weddings as well as honeymoons, other romantic celebration as well. We have beautiful beaches, beautiful backdrops. Our beaches are unmatched. We have every type of different shades of blue as well. The process to get married in the Bahamas is very easy as well.
So Tuscany is one of the most beautiful regions in Italy, but in general it's one of the most required destinations all over the world. Most of all is the fact that you can get married during all the year long, so just excluding few months. So you have a big choice in terms of venues, in terms of vendors, in terms of professionality, and so whatever, and gastronomic choices, so whatever you want.
So from India, Middle East has always been popular because of connectivity, because a lot has been done in the Middle East. Also considering the fact that Middle East is very, very busy now with World Cup and a few other things that are trending.
Weddings are part of the biggest the market of the Caribbean. We have great resorts, great beaches, we have great airlifts, so it's one of the best, ingredients to welcome people from all over the world to our island. We're very open to same-sex marriages also, which is very rare in the Caribbean.
Having fun with your friends and family at your wedding is a big part of celebrating your love for your partner. Destination wedding or not, the wedding experts have become an integral part of all weddings. They are the ones who make the wedding day stress-free and smooth for the bride, groom, and their families. Here are some tips that one can use while choosing their wedding planner. Research is key. Do a background check to look at what their previous clients have said about them, and with social media you can now do extensive research without committing to anything. Choose a planner with a sense of style similar to your own and trust them. Number 2, communication. The wedding planner eventually becomes a part of your family, taking care of the nitty-gritties of your wedding. Therefore, aligned sensibility and vision are important parts of this relationship. Ensure that you and your planner are in sync with every aspect to avoid any aesthetic clashes. Number 3, spell out your budget clearly. While consulting with your wedding planner, be sure they understand all your budgetary restrictions. Being able to work within a set budget is an important part of being a wedding planner, and they should be able to make suggestions that can save you money while providing first-class service on the day. It's no secret that destination weddings have become extremely popular over the last decade. But how has the pandemic changed the wedding industry? What are some of the new and emerging wedding trends? Let's hear it from the wedding connoisseurs from across the globe gathered here at DWP Congress.
Couples are taking the call now, rather than the parents, that what they want to do, where they want to do the weddings, and they want to make it a story rather than just the wedding.
That it's become a little more curtailed. The big obese Indian weddings have gone on a slight crash diet, and I find that short-haul destinations are much more trending than the long-haul destinations.
After the pandemic, budgets have doubled. People are spending money because you never know what's next, so they're giving everything they've got to their friends because they can, and that's really special.
Well, the landscape of weddings has completely changed after the pandemic. People are taking baby steps towards celebrations. We are opening up again. Of course, we did a lot of hybrid weddings, Zoom weddings. I think the weddings have gotten a little bit smaller, but now that it's opening up again, people are really excited to travel.
Earlier on, the weddings were only grand, especially Asian weddings and Indian weddings. The numbers are always large. But today, the change the pandemic has brought about is that people have choices. They can do an intimate wedding, they can do a small wedding. Destinations have come back in a big way. People want to travel, they want to celebrate, definitely. And a lot of the younger generation wants to cut through the clutter. They want simplified weddings, they want experiential weddings.
It's entertainment, whether it's live food stations, it's all about that experience. So that's what we're finding.
People who have large homes in India are utilizing their homes very well, and weddings in their own home is becoming a trend.
Having some sort of giving back for your wedding, like wherever you're getting married, what are you doing for the community? What's the takeaway? What's your footprint as being a tourist and someone who's getting married? So that's something that we see a lot with our clients, is they want to give back to wherever they're getting married.
So I think new, undone, unseen, personalized, and a lot of curated experiences really trending.
COVID made people cut back their guest list because of government restrictions, and I feel like people that are governed by traditions and trying to please their family over COVID had to cut their guest numbers by force, and I feel like post-COVID they're using that as an excuse to make their weddings more intimate.
The trends may change, but a wedding is an occasion to treasure and cherish for the rest of our lives. Whether your style is going big or staying intimate, a wedding is an opportunity to celebrate love in your own unique ways. So we asked the wedding experts, how can couples personalize their weddings?
So in order to personalize your wedding and to really make it your own, my 5 tips would be to consider your love story. How can you share that love story through your wedding? Is it through, maybe you met at a restaurant. Maybe you have a certain wine that is your favorite, a certain type of music or dance. So how can you bring those elements of who you are as a couple to your wedding? It can be done through stationery, it can be done through entertainment, through food, through the experience, and you know, even something as simple as personalizing plateware and cutlery and crockery and those types of things, which are memorable for the couple.
I think that being personal and having a personalized wedding is so important. I think that what really needs to happen is the couple showcases what they're into. If they're into skydiving, hiking, if they're in nature, if they're spa people, then, you know, have something based around that.
I think couples can personalize their own wedding by discovering what makes them unique and what will excite their guests. No one knows their guests more than the couple, hopefully. So what is going to get your guests excited, and what's going to get them talking, and what is going to give them the best memory?
Social media has a far-reaching impact. Wedding planning no longer awaits a physical meeting. Now it's all done over the phone. Brides and grooms can keep browser tabs open to Instagram and Pinterest pages full of wedding ideas. Wedding planners are accessible through messaging apps too. Owing to the pandemic, the big fat Indian wedding might have become smaller in guest count, but seemingly larger in its visual extravagance. We asked the wedding professionals how social media impacted the weddings.
Well, on the one hand, it's a fact of life. And we all use social media. We use it to promote our business. We use it to promote our events. We use it to promote our experiences. On the other hand, it can be very cheapening of the experience. There's no cost barrier to using social media. And I think it takes some of the specialness of what planners do, and it flattens it.
So many people look to social media to be able to be inspired and get ideas for their wedding. But what you don't see online is the experience and how people feel when they attend a wedding. So whilst we want a wedding to look incredible online, the most important and crucial factor is that people feel excited to celebrate and to come together and enjoy their family and their friends, because we haven't been able to do that for so long.
The biggest tip is do your homework. I think sometimes on social media it can be very misleading, that sometimes people will always just put on their best performance or their best work, one picture perfect moment on Instagram. I think it's really important to do your homework. And it doesn't matter how great someone is, if you can't connect with that planner, that supplier, and you don't feel comfortable with the communication because you're almost getting into bed with that supplier, that planner, you need to feel comfortable and you need to feel like there's a really good relationship. So my biggest thing is ensure that you feel comfortable from the very start with the people that you have on your team, because you need them to wave your flag.
Don't just trust what you see on Instagram. I think it's really important to look at an entire wedding and ask yourself, do I like how these family photos look? Because that's something you'll never see a photographer share. Or do I like how the dancing photos look? Because some people are really good at natural light but not indoors, or some people are really good at indoors but not natural. Ask yourself, do I like how the couple looks, together? Do I want it to be posy or natural? And so you have to go beyond just what is obvious on Instagram or a website and see an entire gallery to really understand what someone is delivering.
Definitely, the thing is that with the digital media and the recent trend that we see, the digital dependency has increased, but what we prefer and what we suggest to our clients, that you should have at least 2 or 3 albums that would go a long way, and it would create as a milestone for your future generation that would turn out to be a tangible asset for them.
Networking has been the USP of DWP Congress, with its one-to-one business meetings and boutique exhibition lounge being the highlight. This year, the 2022 edition also introduced the guests to the DWP Regional Boardroom. 12 speakers, 12 sessions, divided across 2 days of the conference, taking participants to the heart of the destination and breaking the stereotype of the notion of challenges that come along with destination weddings. Not only does DWP give industry concepts, connections, and business pipelines, they also make sure that their guests have a gala time each day. And speaking of gala, Day 2 at Destination Planner Congress came to an end as everyone got their gorgeous gowns and dapper suits out and looked their fashionable best. The Grand Gala Night, designed by Inayat and Steve Decor, depicted the iconic past, present and future of the Indonesian culture.
The inspiration for me was to show people our culture and our country. I didn't only want to show them the norm, I wanted to show them a bit of the past, the present and the future. So with the decoration, as you walk in, you see a bit of the past, you see a bit of the present, and then when you walk into the ballroom with all the lights and all the sidewall coverings, which is more glitter, it gives you to the future a bit. It has a bit of contemporary and a bit of tradition in it as well. We had a lot of Indian delegates over here this time. We had a lot of Westerners. And also I wanted to show them a bit of the Indonesian culture since we're here. So when we were choreographing her show, it started off with the Balinese tradition. It moved into a little bit of Bollywood. It gave you that bit of Bollywood feel. And then we finished with a very Western feel. So it had a bit of everything in it. You know, I had to make sure that everything was in there.
The night was full of glitter, glam and grandeur as the attendees enjoyed the live music and danced their hearts out. Undoubtedly, the most awaited and glamorous part of the Congress, the DWP Gala Night, is that time when the entire wedding planner fraternity enjoy a night of fine wine, pure joy and blissful connections.
The most amazing part is to be able to be reunited with everyone around the world, 17 countries together. This is the best night ever.
It's amazing. I think all seeing Bali coming together in the decor and even the Empire as a band is adding too much to the jazz music, and I think everybody is enjoying inside. And so yeah, it's amazing.
The setup is very nicely done. The vibe is really good. It's a fantastic place to be.
We got to perform at a big night. So yeah, really thrilled today, for sure. I think the crowd just became a part of the entertainment and the band as well, and that worked out really well. It made our job a lot easier, so that worked out really well for us.
From the moment we entered to the entire experience of entering inside, the performances today, it was beautiful. It was like one of a kind experience I've never experienced before.
Om Swastiastu. Hello in Balinese. Welcome back to a new day from the DWP Congress 2022 at the beautiful Bali Convention Center. Today is all about the early riser raffle, panel discussions and keynote sessions on how to grow your wedding business. Day 3 of the Congress was well curated for the attendees.
Especially for like hotels and vendors, what is the advice that you'd give them when they're dealing with clients from your region?
I'll just quickly start with this because it's a bit of advice that I would give to everyone here is you can't sit back and just wait for it to fall anymore. You got to be hungry for it now. You got to chase the business. Business is not going to chase you anymore. You got to keep on proving yourself to yourself. That's the only worth you have today. You know, you can't just open up your Instagram and say this is what I've done and this is how many followers I have. You have to keep on proving it for yourself to be able to prove it to others.
Specific advice I'm going to give, and a lot of people have already given this advice, but I'm going to give it to you in another way. It is important to communicate. this is extremely important, not just to listen to what colors they like, what themes they like, because if they're coming to you, you have to guide them, you have to help them, even if you don't like the color. But your job is to make it happen and to make it amazing with these colors.
The age of social media, we post everything in social media. But of course, we always have to ask our client if we are allowed to post them, or are we allowed to post their event? Because sometimes, you know, we as the suppliers are being insensitive. We just post on social media without asking their permissions.
Have fun. Like Gideon was saying, life is too short. We lost so much for the past couple years, and then now it's time to have fun. Really enjoy every moment, not just the wedding, but also the wedding planning part.
Factor is very, very important that you develop so that you will get your business again and again. And the second point is definitely listen more, talk less.
You are the magic. Whether or not you're the boss, you are a manager, you are here for a reason. You came here for a reason. So how you present yourself to the world is most important. I hope these few words help you understand that you are in control, that you can create the vision that you are manifesting, that you are living in, and that you have the power to not make it happen, let it happen.
Today we are all talking truth, fortitude, gratitude, transparency. But what is the most relevant thing that you can do today in a wedding? I think it's knowledge. And it's very, very important to have knowledge and back that up with anything that you're saying to your clients today.
Behavior, spending habits, and appearance, that's 3 things that we should all know about. Know your target audience and understand who the decision maker is.
A wedding planner takes care of every aspect of the big day, from food to decor to entertainment to management and planning. They are in the business of creating happiness and keeping everything organized so that the couple does not have to worry about the little and the big things. And that's why they customize each element as per their different clients' needs. Let's hear some of the unique customization stories from the professionals.
We had a couple that wanted to get married on a glacier in Alaska, and that was an amazing thing. So we had a pretty crazy year, and so they actually waited and said, whenever you have availability for those days, tell us, and we'll book our wedding around that, which is honestly humbling and an honor, right? When some client wants you to do that. And then sure enough, we all went up in a helicopter to the top of a glacier in Alaska. And we were able to shoot their wedding in Alaska on a glacier. So it was just amazing.
We did this earlier this year where my bride wanted to have her own brat. So for her Sangeet, the whole theme was, you know, she's a high-powered attorney, and like, you know, she's so for her, she had a brat, she had her whole entourage, and the groom met her at the end of the brat and received her for her Sangeet.
Our bride and groom is actually gamers, so they had something with a game concept. So we had neons and vibrant colors and neon dancers as well for the organizer. Yeah.
I had this bride who just wanted to walk with all the children in the family, you know, all dressed with the same outfits with balloons in their hand.
It's the DWP Bali farewell party. Great food, buzzing entertainment, and a dazzling after party is how DWP bids farewell to the Bali edition. Until they meet next year at a fabulous destination with a new vibe and a brand new tribe.
Next year, we are very, very excited that Qatar has won the bid. We are excited to, reconnect the entire wedding community in Doha, Qatar in 2023, which is going to be in March, where we're going to be celebrating not just love, but also experiencing the luxury the finer details, which is going to be discussed in Qatar. So, yeah, we're thrilled to be heading to Qatar in March.
The final closing of the event was at Sabah Estate, an opulent and luxurious privately owned villa.
Well, actually, this is like the first night. It was like the
the past, and the second night the present, and now it's the future. So we're presenting the future part of the wedding setup here, because we are like luxury, modern, and minimalist. So we want to have the vibe that is luxury and modern, and it's your future.
Wawa Wedding and Sita Wedding made the night glorious with their decor.
We're held in Bali. We want to accentuate the Bali sunset. When you're in Bali, you don't only experience like the orange sunset, but you also experience like the cotton candy sunset. So that's where the blue and the purple lilac comes from. Yeah.
For everything. It was a very nice congress.
It was one of the best time of my year. So it was great, thank you.
It was amazing, and thank you DWP for everything. I hope I can see you again next year.
We didn't know what we were discovering. It's our first experience. And it's just absolutely incredible and great experience. We met wonderful people, we met the right people from our industry, people who probably we are going to meet again and work together. So I would say I'm very happy.
Oh, it's amazing. Like amazing.
It's one in a lifetime experience, and it's really fulfilling.
Looks like a star-studded event.
It's been an awesome experience.
See you at DWP 2023.